The Father's expectation of you. Reference passage. Mark 12 verses 1 to 2. And he began to speak to them in parables. A man planted a vineyard and put a wall around it, and dug a vat under the winepress and built a tower, and rented it out to vine growers and went on a journey. At the harvest time he sent a slave to the vine growers, in order to receive some of the produce of the vineyard from the vine growers. Christianity is not a life and walk of carelessness. There is an expectation on us. The Father has an expectation with respect to what He has given us to do in this life. We approach things with utmost carefulness, tact, and precision. We cannot do things anyhow in this walk because there is something the Father is expecting at the end of the day, and we must meet the expectation. Jesus in the parable in our reference passage illustrated the expectation of the Father. This was specifically aimed at the ancient Israel and its religious leaders, but the principle applies to us all in the faith today. God gave them His message and Himself and made them His very own people. They were supposed to believe, learn faith and obedience to His word and walk in love, but they did not learn it. He sent them prophets at different times. They did not heed. He sent them His very beloved Son. They killed Him and got Him hang on a cross, subjecting Him to the worst possible kind of death in those times. They were teaching and doing strange things in the temple. The temple even became a money exchange place at a point. They messed up His vineyard, misused and abused it. When Jesus showed up amongst them, He was expecting to find faith, but He did not find it. He was expecting to find a believing people, but found the opposite. What happened? The vine growers had been planting different seeds in the vine. They had not been teaching the right things. They had not been leading the congregation right. Hence the people had become faithless and unbelieving by the time Jesus showed up, when the Master came looking for fruit. They killed the last servant. The expectation of the Father is that what He has entrusted into our hands is well taken care of, because He will come for assessment and to receive the produce of the work of our hands. We cannot afford to be careless and do things anyhow. The people entrusted into our hands are precious to the Father. They are to be nurtured in His word and brought up strong in the faith for the work of ministry. Now the vineyard has been turned over to us, who believe. The Father expects that we will teach His word with accuracy and precision, which will in turn build up the saints. This is the vineyard. His death and resurrection set the stage. It purchased the field for us. It is a perfect field with all the resources needed to grow the vines into maturity and for the harvest time. Let's keep the expectation of the Father in mind as we go about our activities within His vineyard. He expects to receive the produce of the vineyard from us as His vine growers, and we will not fail Him. Prayer. Dear Father, I am a worker in your vineyard and one you can count on to work well with carefulness and diligence. I will not work anyhow in your vineyard. I serve with my mind fixed on serving you and not man, in Jesus' name. Further reading study. Mark 12 verse 9. What will the owner of the vineyard do? He will come and destroy the vine growers and will give the vineyard to others.